One. This video is to show you how the reconciliation process works between your QuickBooks register or any bank register that you control and the bank statement that you receive from your financial institution. What I've found is many folks in this wonderful day of electronics do not know how to reconcile or how reconciliation works. And it's an important step for anyone wanting to maintain the integrity of their QuickBooks bank registers. What we have here is a mock-up of the financial institution statement. This is pretty consistent across the board. I mocked it up because they are all a little bit different, but they are all pretty consistent with a few things. They always have the statement ending date, which of course is June 30th in my example. They show you the beginning balance, which is the previous month's ending balance. They show you the deposits and withdrawals. They may call them something different, but that's what they are. And then they show you the ending balance. Immediately following that, they will give you the detailed transactions. And they may present this in a variety of ways. Many times checks are separate from electronic transfers, such as ATMs or debit card transactions and so forth. But at the end of the day, they all look remarkably the same as this. You have the date and the dollar amounts, which frankly is about all we're interested in right now for the reconciliation process. What I've also mocked up is a slate worksheet to represent the QuickBooks register. And after this video, I will give you another video that shows you exactly how to do the reconciliation within QuickBooks. So in this case, I want you to notice some things. The beginning balance is the same in both. This is the beginning reconciled balance, or the beginning balance of the bank. And we've identified, as of the end of last month, we have identified all of the transactions on the bank account that were in QuickBooks. And so we have reconciled back. So our beginning balance is the same. I've listed here the deposits and withdrawals within the system, and you can see there's a slight change. We'll get into that in a second. And then the ending balance, which of course is incorrect, also because this one is off. What usually happens when you reconcile is you'll print off a copy of the file that you get from the bank. Some institutions like PayPal do not give you a statement. So you simply print off the activity from the bank. And what you do then is go through and you say, well, this $100 is on my statement and I can identify that in this case, QuickBooks. So you simply put a tick mark or a check mark next to each one. Same thing for the $150 and so on down the line. You'll notice here that I have one without a tick mark, and that's this $169 deposit. And so what we've said is, oh, look, something happened that the bank knows about that we did not know about, or we neglected to enter for one reason or another. And what this tells us is that we have to make an entry into the bank. We may have to research this to find out what it is. Sometimes they are fees that the bank may charge. Sometimes it's something that you forgot to deposit or to record. And so we'll put this down here and then we simply check it off, and that brings us back into sync. So now our ending balance that we've reconciled matches the bank's ending balance. This is important because now we're going to look at the activity. We've identified all the activity at the bank that the bank has, and we've compared it to ours and identified the fact that we also have the same activity. But you'll notice that there are some activities here that are not in the bank statement. And these are the things that we need to check next. One of these is I have two deposits which were made at the very end of the month. So I'm assuming that those are probably a timing difference in that either it didn't get recorded at the bank in time or something. But I'm not going to panic about these at this point because it sure looks like something that would be a timing difference where I'm aware of it, but maybe the deposit didn't get made at the bank. Or in the case of the one that's on 629, it might have gone in the night deposit and just not shown up on the statement, been processed in time to make the statement. So we don't panic about those. And in fact, I wanted to show you one up here on 529 for $100 that the bank is showing as 6-1. And of course, what's happened here is they have recorded it when they received it. We recorded it while we were setting it up. It's simply a timing difference. This would have been open on the 529 statement. Now, so at this point, we've identified what these are that are not checked off, except for this one. This would give me pause. We're reconciling this as the end of June, and so this statement or this transaction is at least 6 weeks old. The other thing is it's a deposit, which is something that you control. You can control when it goes into the bank. So what happened to this deposit? Uh, Many times you'll find that people put these in a drawer and forget about them. I have had some very large deposits that magically appeared out of someone's drawer 2 or 3 months after the fact. Could be the bank applied it to the wrong account, certainly another possibility. And of course, theft is always a possibility as well. If you give someone cash to deposit, sometimes it ends up in their bank and not yours. That's fairly rare, but it does happen. Point of the story is, though, the point of the reconciliation is first you make sure that you've accounted for everything that's on the statement, that in fact you've got that recorded in your register. And now you've accounted for anything that the bank does not know about. And this one, you are going to have to do some investigation to find out why the bank doesn't have this, what happened to it. Thank you.